Here we are in the middle of November, and the year 2020 is actually rounding the corner. Coronavirus, though, isn't. Caseloads are up, stress levels are up. We all need a little bit of hope right now. So who better than Raptors President Masai Ujiri? No pressure, Masai. Great to have you in the newsroom tonight. Physically distanced, of course, but a lot to talk about. But I want to hit the headline right out of the gate here. The new season gets underway just before Christmas, and you guys, the Raptors, want to play at home. So give me some perspective on if the Canadian-U.S. border has zero chances of opening, how would this even happen?
I know it's a tough situation, Lisa, and we totally understand that this is about health and safety for everybody. This pandemic has come and hit, and this second wave is even bigger. And we completely understand that. On our part, we're trying to stay home. Yeah, we want to play. We are Canada's team. We want that opportunity, and that is working with public health. That's working with the government, the province. That's working with everybody. Trying to figure out a way to keep the Raptors here.
But I mean, so you have to basically convince public health, convince maybe even the Prime Minister, but you also have to convince fans. The idea of special treatment for athletes may not go over well. How do you sell that?
Well, we sell that. We say that we understand the health and safety issues. We're very sympathetic with that for sure. But we're also we come from a league that's, I think, leading one of the best I think organizations in the world now. We started shutting down first. When this pandemic came, the NBA was a leader in closing everything down. Secondly, the NBA, I think, came back and organized a very successful bubble, working with everybody, the Players Association, working with public health. And that's what we want to do in Canada. We want to get everybody involved and make sure they understand that we understand that a protocol has to be established here.
But not a bubble like the last season. You want to cross the border. You want to go back and forth across the border. And that's the issue.
Yes. And it's the issue. And I think the NBA has come up with, I think, a complex protocol that I feel should be able to at least maybe address some of these issues. And we want to bring happiness back to the country. Sports brings people together, right? We know that, Lisa, and we feel that we are therapeutic in some kind of way, and when is the next new normal, like some way we have to start knocking on that door. And if we can make people happy in one way or the other, I tell you, that's what we want to do with the Raptors. We want to stay home. We want to play here. We want to make our fans happy. But we also understand public health. We also understand all the health and safety issues and all the people that have to work together. We totally respect that as an organization, but we want to serve the community here.
I think about you and the team serving the community, and I think about the last season, and I almost think it's going to be more remembered for the stand you took, the NBA, but the Raptors really owned it on against racism, against police brutality. And I wonder what the lasting impact of that is, playing under the weight of the Black Lives Matter movement.
The lasting impact is Biden won the election. Yeah, that's one of it. We're hoping, like when you lose, go home. Yeah, go home.
But he's not leaving, and the country is still essentially 50-50. It is the most divided nation. And what does that tell you?
Well, I don't know. I respect people's views, Lisa, and I don't know whether there are many things. We know what was going on with racism, and racism is in our society. There are different policies I know in America that where people, are conflicted. Completely understand that. But in terms of leading, there's been a failure. There has been a failure there, and you can't lie, you can't lead people the wrong way, you can't divide nations. And when I see that speech Biden made on Saturday, to me, it lifted people. There was a load lifted off of everybody, not just in America, but all over the world.
Did you cry when Kamala Harris was speaking?
I didn't cry, but we were quiet in the house. You know, we were quiet to see a black woman, obviously Barack Obama and what he's done, and then to see Kamala come, that was strong. Yeah, that represents something in this world. It represents women. It represents a minority. It represents what the world should be about. Yeah, not divide. Yeah, not bullying. Not that kind of control. Yeah.
And I know you're all about leadership, and we've got like 10 seconds left. A couple of words of hope for people as we face this second wave, which definitely seems tougher than the first.
Well, I say just one thing: human beings are resilient, and that's who we are, and we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right, Masai, great to have you. Thank you so much, and we wish you luck with the campaign to stay home. We'll be watching. We'll be covering it.